What's up, guys? We're going to go over today's trade. It was for a profit of $1,400, Tuesday, February 3rd. Two positions on QQQ 0DT options. We're going to back test real quick. All right, so first thing I do every day is I mark out my zones of liquidity. Do that right now. So I looked for the previous day's high. Should have been right here. Mark it out. Previous day high. Look for the previous day low. Should have been about right. Hold on. Market actually did pretty decent yesterday. All right, so that's the previous day low. Cool, and then I mark out other obvious zones of liquidity. So that would have been right here and right here. Cool. So, like I've said in the other videos, if my setup tells me to go long, right, I'm going to be buying calls at 628 and 636, more so on the 628 side, and then the 636. Those are a little out of reach, so I'll buy less of those, but I will nonetheless. Same thing to the other side. If I'm going short, I'm buying 618 and 607. Now we'll go to NQ, which is what I watch, because I'll trade off of NQ on my prop firm, and then get into options on QQQ once I see the setup. I'm waiting for the first 3-minute fair value gap to appear. Boom. Big sell off first thing in the morning. And if you follow the market, you know we've been waiting for this. Let's see. I caught the fair value gap. I marked it out. Then I'm just waiting for a confirmation to the downside. That was a good confirmation for me. I entered about right here with like 10 seconds left on the candle. I always set my stop loss above or below the fair value gap, and I just go for a 1-to-1. Now, this is going to look pretty easy right now, but this is how it went. All right, and then we'll see how that played out. Well, you just saw it, but we're going to look at where QQQ was once we entered that. So you would have been entering, or I entered, I guess, around 625. Then we caught this sell-off, right, at about 942. So at its low, 623, that would have been $2 move. Now, I'll show you in a second, but I did end up holding the options a little bit longer than right here. And I'll explain why. But as far as futures trading go, once I hit that TP, I got out. I was also paying attention to like the 5-minute. And same concept. So 5-minute fair value gap confirmation here. And according to this, I could have held longer, right? Now, my thought here was, okay, well, I could take profit on the 3-minute, and my strategy all just goes around the 3-minute, but I like to look at the 5 and 10-minute to, if they're all showing me the same thing, to go to the downside. Maybe I'll hold a little bit longer on top of the market consensus we've been facing recently with everything having a huge sell-off, gold, silver, crypto, and the stock market kind of just waiting for it. So I was comfortable holding today to the downside. So if I would have went off of the 5-minute fair value gap, right, my TP would have been a bit further than what the 3-minute was telling me. All right, so we would have got it right here. Also, let's see if it appears yet. 10-minute. We had this 10-minute fair value gap. Now, my confirmation on this would have been this candle right here, which then this would have been my entry. And again, my take profit would have been a lot further. Now, I didn't hold it all the way down here. I exited the trade around here. So let's see how that plays out on NQ. Okay, so would have just ran through all the TPs. all the way down to 613. Now these calls right here printed. I took a profit on just these for like 12.75. I could have made like 9 grand by the end of the day because price did end up. I think this was kind of like the bottom. Now I can show you when I entered. These were the 618 puts, and this was the 607. And you can see my entry right here. All right, 626, just like I showed you. And I was exiting around 620. I sold some more at 620. So this is a $6 move. And then the last I sold was about 619. It cost me $465 to enter. Profit $12.75 on this one. And this was a bit lighter. If I would have held later on, definitely would have paid off. But same thing, entered at 626, bought $2 a contract, sold them for $7 a contract. Entered with $50, profit $125. And you can see the timestamps right here. And it was that easy, right? Thanks for watching.